Hello, love bugs. Today, I want to talk to you about how Palia seems to have a lot of little hidden secrets all around, and the developers like to hide things in plain sight that I think are going to be future decor pieces that maybe we will eventually be able to use. Hint, hint. Nudge, nudge. And I want to talk about some of the colorways and furniture items that I truly believe are going to be coming to the game. Oh, and full disclosure, this whole video is going to involve some spoilers because I'm going to be taking you into some of the rooms of some of the characters. And if you have not leveled up enough with them yet to get their room unlocked, you might want to look away now. But I will let you know whose room we're going into first, so you can fast forward if you don't want to see inside that room. But let's start with what I feel is one of the richest room of future Palia spoilers, Kenyatta's room. Why I think Kenyatta has one of the biggest spoilers in here is honestly this wall, this different curved edged room with this curved wall. I think that this is something that they could absolutely give us as an entrance into some of our spaces, and that I bet you they're planning on eventually giving to us. I also think she has a lot of little like knickknacks and things sitting around. First off, books. I mean, a lot of the characters have little stacks of books sitting around. We know that they exist in the game. We know that they are something that every single person wants, and Kenyatta has a ton of them. Next up, she has these pillows, which look like the pillows that match the Bellflower set. These little pillows that you can stack on the floor, they're all over her space. And I would imagine that like floor pillows and things like this are something that they would intend to give us at some point in the game. Some items might be a little more specific to Kenyatta, like for example, like the balled up papers and things like that. Obviously her board of who done it, if you've done that part of her storyline, but other things don't feel to be like they are specific for Kenyatta. So for example, the painting stuff, having a little jar with painting tools in it. We know that that jar exists in the game already. I have it in my house. Why not a version that has painting in it? Or even if that is how we're getting it, it is a newer item, and yet it's been sitting here on Kenyatta's table this entire time, which is kind of my point. Sometimes they put items, like for example, the flower blossoms up here are from the first Magi Market that you could purchase from Delilah. The stones that are up here on her shelf that have been here all along. Well, there's a secret place in Bahari now where you can actually see some of those stones, which I really should make another video about. Comment below if you want to see where those stones are hiding in Bahari. These jars that are on the ground, the horseshoes, like there's definitely some things that could eventually be coming to the game. However, the biggest thing I think that we can look at, oh, I almost didn't mention the shirts. Look at the stacks of shirts. Don't you want those stacks of shirts? I do. Is my favorite thing about Kenyatta's room, which is the colorway that is in here. The colorway that everything is dyed in her room, this blue and purple color that is absolutely stunning, is not something that we currently have access to in the game, but clearly it is something that exists, which leads me to believe that there would be no problem with them being able to give it to us. It looks beautiful on this set of furniture. I mean, it's just absolutely stunning. And there is another character that has a colorway in their house, none other than Dark Witch Mommy herself, Tamala. Without even going into Tamala's private bedroom, we can see a brand new colorway that does not exist for us to use in the game yet, which is this pretty kind of sage green mixed with more of like a forest green. Absolutely beautiful. And I know all of us are absolutely drooling over it. I bet you that it's something that is coming in the game eventually, as well as this furniture piece. We have this beautiful kind of armoire, whatever this is supposed to be, drawers and whatnot. It's beautiful. I also love that it's in like this really dark gray. We really need some items for people who are trying to build lovely like goth kind of mansions and things like that. I really think that this set could be something truly beautiful. I don't know if it ties in with the bookshelves that she has in here as well, or if this is something that we might end up getting. While these are really beautiful, they are very tall, so I'm not quite sure how they would fit in our houses, but they'd probably just fit. But I definitely believe that this is a furniture piece that is going to be showing up for us later in the game. And if we enter Tamala's room, we're going to see even more secrets, so look away if you don't want to see. Tamala's storyline offers all kinds of secrets, but her room is also something that gets me excited. Like in Kenyatta's, you see lots of different stacks of books and things that we don't have as decorations yet, but we also see this beautiful table and chairs right here, also indicating that they are intending to give us another set that they've already partially designed. I also think that this is pretty much proof. In my opinion, these two pieces here are pretty much proof to me that they are going to be expanding furniture pieces for the sets that we already have, because no one can tell me that this bookshelf and this table are not from the Ravenwood set. They just flat out are, which leads me to believe that we are going to be getting expansions on our current sets that we already have and are going to see even more furniture in the future. Now we're back in Kilima and heading into Eshe's room, because one of the things that I think we're missing the most in the game right now, decorating wise, is curtains. And look at who has some new curtains. I would highly guess that we are going to be getting more curtains in the game, but these already exist in the game. So I have a feeling they're probably one of the sets that we're going to see first. Also, we have these beautiful partitions in here that we have not seen before. Now, these look like kind of crazy, scary trees, right? I know that there's some sort of forest thing happening in the game. So many characters have referenced this forest. I'm wondering if they're going to do some sort of launch with forest items. Also, obviously, we have tons of spots with books, these bookshelves here that have lots of books on them. Also, if you stand over here on this side of Eshe's bed, you can see another pillow down there on the floor, again indicating to me that they are intending to give us like pillows that our characters could sit on and that we could lay around in different spaces. We also have some stacked plates up there, just all kinds of things that I anticipate them rolling on out to us in the near or distant future. Now, Tish's house is just an absolute treasure trove. If we just start with the outside and show all of the possibilities out here, look at all these plants, look at all these flowers. There are so many placeable items out here. If you head into the backyard, she has those beautiful flowers that you can also find at the outside of Tamala's house. She also has this beautiful arch, and look at this tree. I mean, this tree of like wisteria is absolutely stunning. If we could somehow get that and place that in our houses, I know we would all be freaking out over that. Seriously, the flowers that wrap over in this area are just such an indication of what they could be bringing to us once we eventually have the ability to put down more landscaping. Inside, Tish's house also hides yet another colorway. This blue and pink is unlike anything that we have seen in the game yet. Definitely the boldest pink color. It's like legally blonde up in here. Absolutely adorable and would be absolutely beloved by so many people who are decorating for sure. There's also a beautiful plant over here that we don't have yet in the game, but let's head into her room. Tish's room is an absolute dream. First off, we don't have this wallpaper yet. We're also seeing a return of the curtains that we saw at Eshe's house. The giant plushie. I mean, come on. We would all like freak out at this giant plushie. Not to mention the adorable little cake inside of the dome there. All things that are beautiful. Now, I have noticed these little teacups and teapots in a couple of different places. And I really think that seeing them so much, it's got to be a sign that we're getting them, right? Like it has to be. That flower vase up there is an item that we already have in the game, but that wasn't always there. Maybe eventually we're going to get that cute little leaf painting. I mean, who knows? Again, with all the books and the shelving with the books, this little candle here, I could see that being something that we end up with. I mean, there is just, in my opinion, so many hints about things that they are intending to give us. They're hiding them in plain sight, and all we have to do is look. I was just about to walk out and I just realized that's a whole light that we don't have as well. This is a light that we don't have in the game. See? Over in Eloise's house, we have the little teacups that we were just talking about again, as well as the stacks of shirts that you can find in Kenyatta's. And if you look over here, what's this? Another colorway, a yellow gold kind of color mixed with blue. And look, there's the little plushy bee that they gave us as well. I mean, come on. They're not even being subtle about it, in my opinion, y'all. And look, here's like this peachy pink colorway as well, which I also think there's another spot where I saw that as well. Hiding here. I mean, there are absolutely more colorways coming in this game. There's no way that they are not. Even in the guest room in Eloise's house, you can find the green colorway, kind of like what we saw at Tamala's. And if we head into her room, the Sunrise Valley bed was in here before we even knew that it existed. I mean, how awesome is that? It's beautiful. And this rug here is in that colorway that we saw over at Kenyatta's. And oh, big surprise, here's that curtain again, but in a green color. Also, look at the beautiful vase back there in the corner. It's something that we don't have right now in the game. Oh, I don't think we have this little table here in the game yet either. But what do you want to bet that they're coming? Look, this video could go on and on forever, and I know half of you are probably in the camp of, okay, so this is all conspiracy and none of it's legit, which is true. Or you're in the camp of, she's a Palia partner and she's giving us all the secrets. Neither of those are entirely true. I do think that there are legitimate things that we are looking at in these rooms, and that they have proven to us time and time again that they like to hide surprises in very obvious spaces. I also do not have all the secrets. Even as a Palia partner, they give us some secrets maybe a couple days before you guys, but I certainly don't know what big things are coming any more than what has been publicly shared. So all of this is just stuff that I have observed with my own little balls that are in my head. And I think that there's a lot of exciting stuff still to come in this game. All right, well, I won't hold you any longer. I love you so much. Bye-bye.